You think?
This is
Well, I
getting
think
borderline
you bounced this on
insulting.
purpose.
Wait, what?
For people who do this as a practice, as an art form, as a hobby, we're getting to insulting levels of how bad the AI thinks improvisation is, of just people shuffling around in a circle and going, what do you think? And that's improv. And like, look, I've done my share of organic openings. I understand that parts of improv can look weird and disembodied and pointless to a casual club audience. But you could choose some of the good stuff, too. Hey everybody, this is improv teacher Russ Gooberman here, and today we're going to watch something together. It's part of a series called AI Attempts. It's called Improv Theater Part 1, so it is Seedance, the video renderer, probably based on some ChatGPT prompts, trying to render what it thinks is a human improv scene, and we're going to watch with a critical eye and see what it says about aggregating thousands of hours of online improv.
I found your letter. You still have feelings for her, don't you?
Right out of the gate, the opening line is, I found your letter, which, as an improv teacher, I don't love that as an opening line because it's very plotty. To say I found your letter kind of ignores everything that's been going on previous to that. And even though, yes, it's the opening line, they're standing there. They're just kind of staring at each other, looking at each other. I found your letter is a huge leap plot-wise. You might just want to do a Meisner read and dig into the emotional reality of what's going on right now. Go, you look nervous. And then, as an and to that, yes, maybe I found your letter, but it's like we haven't gotten there yet. Also, I just want to note, look at the framing of this improv scene. It's two actors standing in the middle of the stage, a couple feet apart, kind of half angling toward each other and half angling toward the audience, cheating out a bit, if you will. We can blame the AI for not understanding human emotion and not being able to do reads. But in terms of the stage picture presented by the AI, it's spot on. It is spot on terrible stage picture. But you see it in 90+% of improv shows, is that every scene is two actors standing in the middle of the stage, cheating out 45 degrees toward the audience, standing in their light, having a casual conversation where there's no space work going on. They're in a void. So basically, these are two actors talking in a black box. And it's not just an AI Uncanny Valley adaptation. This is what a lot of improv looks like, and it doesn't speak so well for the art form.
You still have feelings for her, don't you?
Okay, so this line, you still have feelings for her, don't you? I actually like that line. That's a read, ostensibly. She's looking at his face and his pensiveness and his silence, and she's saying, oh, the letter is sensitive because you still have feelings for her. That's great. And then another thing that the AI is doing pretty well is playing with a viewpoints term that we call duration. You see these long intervals, these long pauses between the actors. That can actually be useful. And it can, create tension within the audience, and then a release of tension results in a laugh. In point of fact, this style of simulated improv that the AI has latched onto, I would say is not what I would have expected, which would have been a more chatty, almost UCB, intellectualized style. The staging looks that way, which is strange because the staging looks like a typical kind of UCB, two people standing there and talking academically. But the pacing of the scene is almost more surrealist, almost more like The Annoyance in Chicago style. So it's an interesting and weird, an uncanny valley mix of those two styles.
It was a long time ago.
And that's it?
What do you want me to say?
The what do you
Nothing.
want me to say thing. This is really getting into the I have no help whatsoever for my improv partner. I mean, you know, anytime in any scene, in any setting, in an improv scene, we can say, what do you want me to say? Because everything is a blank void until we fill it. So these kind of open-ended questions that don't move the scene forward is like a pretty big no-no in improv. You're kind of missing the and in the yes and. You're doing what I call passing the buck to your scene partners. Like, well, what do you think about that? Well, where are you going? Interestingly, when you have a character in a two-person scene, like a really big character, a tendency for the other player is to interview them because they're like, hey, you're an interesting character. Tell us about yourself. And we forget to give that other character gifts and give them a point of view so we know why they're in the scene. This is getting into that territory a little bit. This is just a crazy long pause. Also, you're not really building tension with the pause if the female avatar AI rendering keeps changing her facial expression. So sometimes she's kind of smirking, sometimes she's frowning, and then she makes this. So you're actually breaking the tension by changing your POV and emotional state with all these different faces. Because it looks like you're breaking meta. Like you're just kind of two comedians making faces at each other instead of a couple actually entrenched in this emotionally difficult moment. And then the line,
nice.
This is nice. Completely, like, I'm glad that the ghost AI void audience didn't laugh at this line because it had nothing to do with what came before it. You haven't earned a transition. You just stared at each other and nothing happened.
We could
And then
get a little closer.
we could get a little closer. This is bad on so many levels. And look, I get it. The AI doesn't know what improv is. What I'm worried about is that the feed material that fed this AI engine may have also not known what it was doing. You're commenting on what's going on. If you're constantly narrating the activity, your scene becomes one-dimensional. It's actually much more effective to just do your activity and be engaged in it and have a conversation about something else. This is even worse than talking about your activity because they're doing nothing. They're just standing there and staring at each other. And then out of the nothing, he comments on the nothing to say, would you like to move closer together? No, this is where the audience kind of tunes out because you're talking about what you're doing. It's a very flat, one-dimensional scene. And this has already been a quite inactive scene. So not helping.
Oh, really? And what's the room telling you?
That there's a lot of unspoken energy. I'm sensing a disturbance in the force. A disturbance in the force.
Oh, a disturbance in the force. We did it, everybody. We found our UCB feed material again. And in the middle of this incredibly awkward scene that has gone nowhere, he made a Star Wars reference. You saved it. You did it. Great job. I know that quoting when all else fails, quote me some Darth Vader in the middle of this scene about your wife having received a letter from your ex-lover. This'll get you out of it. And then she's breaking. She could keep the tension going if she stayed in character and said, I can't believe you're making a Star Wars reference. We're about to get a divorce. But she thinks it's funny with the actress. Not even the actress. The AI disembodied avatar actress thinks it's funny, so you're breaking the tension further. And then he repeats it as if the audience didn't hear. There's a disturbance in the force. How vaudevillian. Do you find that when you put comedy prompts into an AI engine that it goes kind of vaudevillian, like falling down on a cream pie, kind of slapsticky stuff? Whoever programmed these machines, they weren't very funny, were they?
A disturbance, huh?
Like a Jedi.
Yeah, we get it. We got it.
So,
Uh-huh.
you're sensing my disturbance?
Like a Jedi.
Like a Jedi. Oh, boy. Did you hammer that home?
And what exactly are you sensing?
I love that the AI
disturbance
audience
in the
is not laughing at
vibe.
any of they haven't got none of this. Like, I could see an AI audience
My vibe?
laughing hysterically and it being that kind of uncanny valley, but just nothing. Silence. And now we've gone completely off the rails.
What are you doing?
Troll faces, demon faces, shuffling.
I'm not great at this.
You think? You think? No, I think you're bad at this on purpose.
Wait, what?
This is getting borderline insulting. For people who do this as a practice, as an art form, as a hobby, we're getting to insulting levels of how bad the AI thinks improvisation is. Of just people shuffling around in a circle and going, what do you think? And that's improv. And like, look, you know, I've done my share of organic openings. I understand that parts of improv can look weird and disembodied and pointless to a casual club audience. But you could choose some of the good stuff too. Poignant scene. I think I really don't know who to blame for this. Do I blame the token generating word guessing machine? Or do I blame the source material?
It's a technique.
Oh. Did you see her inflate one cheek? That was very impressive.
Wait, what technique?
The kind that makes you ask what technique?
She's got a golf ball in one cheek.
Is that a technique?
Yeah. It's a very advanced technique.
I love the prompts, by the way. The
Wow.
prompts are like, yes,
I never
continue
would've
the
guessed.
improv. Just
It's all
change up the
about
shots. Different
commitment.
shots. Keep doing improv. No help. I mean, look, nor should you try to help this IBM Selectric cast off of a data center trying to replicate the human experience. I mean, it's bad. It's bad, man. I can't watch this to conclusion. It's making me very uncomfortable. So I'll just say this. I don't want to motivate us by what the AI child says about its parents, but like, we can do better. We can do more dynamic improv scenes with space work and emotional consistency. Like, let's be better, if for no other reason, so that when we're all gone, the AI can replicate some actual improv for the rock creatures that take over our planet. Anyway, hey, I'm Russ Gooberman. I'm an improv teacher. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to make some more of these commentary videos. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.